Bam! What's up, Nitro Nation? Welcome all Muggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, Truggy Maniacs, Monster Truck Maniacs, and the infamous Crazy running those 50 cc's, 40 cc's, RC Max, Chung Yang, even the 29 cc, Bartolome pipes, 990 carbs. You know, those are some of the big names that I like to throw around that go with fit scale. Even though I'm not into it yet, but those guys are insaniacs. They're not maniacs. Those guys are insaniacs. Those guys are doing some crazy shit. You know, Mr. Za, my brother from another, Nitro brother from another mother, that's head and tails deep in fit scale right now, has got like pipes looking like bazookas and shit. But this is something that I discovered here. I'm going to get to you in a minute. I have people ask me questions on certain things on my channel, and I'll try to get back to everybody as much as I can. I threw my email on there. If you guys want to send me an email, that's my name, Kurt A. Hernandez at gmail.com, all lowercase. Shoot me an email if you guys want to send me pictures. You know, there's this. Sorry if I don't remember your names, and you know, I guess I need to start writing this shit down, and maybe I just don't want to like look like I'm reading off a teleprompter, if you guys know what that is, or like I'm scripting something. I like to just do things, you know, just from the fly, and that way it's more real, it's more pure. I'm not trying to, you know, make some music video or some movie or like I'm doing some kind of talk show here. You know, I'm not professional. I'm not the professional camera guy. As you guys know, my camera work sucks. Matter of fact, you should have seen my shit when I first started. Man, I used to be holding the camera all... And I remember John Bodejo used to say, hey, bro, turn your phone sideways. That way people can see everything better. And I'm like, oh. Because I had it like this. And I'm like, oh, shit, let me turn it... Okay, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, just keep it like that and do that the whole... when you're filming on your phone. So, yeah, I had a lot of guys, you know, and my phone... you know, I don't apologize for my... you know, camera work, because I'm not trying to get a Golden Globe or an Oscar or some kind of Emmy or something like some people out there. Some people are more concerned about, you know, all their special effects and all that, and then just keeping it pure. Let's teach some people. Let's share some shit. Let's address some issues that people have. Let me try to help people. You know, I don't ever want to lose that. This is what I started this channel for. The Muggy Maniac wants to share not only what I got going on, because I'm super excited, super duper excited about my shit, and what's going on, you know, or sometimes with a lack of what's not going on in Nitro, and you know, it's open, we talk about it, you know, and more importantly, teach newbies, teach the new guy. It's not about me. It's not about me, and it's never been about me. Quite to the contrary, some people might think that it's about you or your channel or, you know, whatever, your ratings or your subscribers or your viewers. You got 8,000, you know, you're trying to hit that 8,000 mark so you can start getting a paycheck from YouTube. You know, excuse my language again, I don't give a fuck about that. I could care less. I don't care if I have 1 billion subscribers and 1 million views. I just like people, you know, asking me questions. Hey, Muggy Maniac, you know, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about... And I answer them as best as I can. I don't have all the questions. I don't have all the answers to all these questions. If I can't answer it truthfully, because I'm never going to mislead anybody, if I just don't know about something, I'm okay with that. Hey, you know what? I really don't know. You know, let me find out for you. Don't make a move until the Muggy Maniac does some research, and let me get back to you. Hold tight. And that's what I do. I don't just take it upon myself to like, okay, you know, I'm Mr. Super Clutch Guy. Look at here. Here's some of my clutch shit. Let me show you, you know, how you know, I'm the law when it comes to clutches. Or, you know what? I'm the law you know, when it comes to pipes, you know. I got such an awesome pipe collection, you know. My pipe collection, I hardly have any pipes yet, man. I mean, I have some, but man, which reminds me, I have a box unboxing, and you guys know, I've told you before, I'm not the unboxer. If you want to see some unboxing, you might want to tune into John Bodijell's channel. You might want to tune into Raja, Elite, other people that are, you know, do more unboxings, and, you know, I'm just not that guy. My thing is, the Muggy Maniacs, like, you know, spare me all the labor pains, all the suspense and drama. You know, let me show you this. Let me show you the shit. That's how I don't care about people unboxing. Let me see what it is, man. You know, so that's how I am. So I have something here that I think it's my first, so I want to share it with you guys. I don't have any experience except for what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've researched. Now, and just like anything, let me tell you, anything that I share with you on my channel, or even stuff that I tell you that I have experience with, and this is what works for me and all that, I still tell you guys, and I will always tell you guys, I'm not the final word. Do your homework. Do your research. Don't just take the Muggy Maniac's word. Sure, I know a little bit of what I'm doing. Sure, I know I have proof that it works, but ultimately, this is all about trial and error. Hands-on experience, man. I can't stress that enough. So it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter if I might seem confused. Let me unconfuse you, those who think I might be confused. And by the way, I apologize for me spending any time about, you know, the one guy that we know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention his name anymore. I'm not even going to really talk about him. I may, you know, plug him here and there within my videos, and you guys will know who I'm talking about. But I don't want to waste my videos and waste my camera space and my time on a channel that's dedicated to the new guy. You guys don't want to hear about, you know, and that's what people want. They want you to play into their bullshit. They want you to play their silly game. I'm too old for playing games. The only game I'm interested in playing is the learn game, the teach game, the experience game. You know, let's get back. Let's get back to the basic fundamentals of Nitro. And I'm going to go over that in this video in the next 15, 20 minutes. Who knows? You know, my videos have been they've been long lately. You know, but you guys, for the most part, haven't complained. You know, so I don't really like to do long videos, and my videos have mostly been 30 minutes, you know, but lately they've been running long. So, and it's because I've been wasting time talking about people that don't even deserve to be talked about on my channel, and that's what they want. They want me to play into their bullshit, and I'm not going to do that. And it's not fair to you guys as the new guys and my new subscribers for me to waste time on you know, irrelevant bullshit. Let's talk about some shit that is going to change the game of Nitro. Let's just talk about shit that's going to change your game. Whether it's an A, B, C, D game, whatever, let's change your game. Let's get you from a D to a C, from a C to a, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I have something that's in those two boxes that one of them I already had and got earlier this week. The other one just came today, and I was like, yes, there it is. I've been waiting. And I'm going to explain because I don't have a lot of experience, but I will tell you that these things are hard to get. They're getting harder and harder to get. And we're going to go over in the next few weeks of especially for a lot of you newbies, of what stuff maybe you might not need it right now, and maybe you're not at that level for certain things for you to go spend money, but you might want to get them. And the Muggy Maniac's going to help people out because they might not have this shit around. I mean, if you don't know, let me fill you in on Nitro. Nitro has struggled for the last few years since I've been in it because it's just not really popular because A, it can be expensive, B, people are lazy and don't want to, you know, so, you know, and C, you got bullshit companies like Traxxas and Horizon that either want to water the shit down or they want to discontinue the shit because, it didn't do that well. We didn't have a really, you know, outstanding quarter in sales on a certain, let's just take for instance a dynamite part that's for Nitro guys. So you know what, let's just scrap that shit. Since Horizon owns Dynamite and Hobbyco and Low C, they call all the shots. One of the reasons that I don't really get into low C, even though I love their products, I think their stuff's decent. It's not, definitely not the level of Technos and Mugins and Kyoshos and X-Rays and those top tier of winning, proven winning platforms. But they're good. I'll, again, recommend the low C. They're getting cheaper now, too. The low C, RTR, or race kit. Even the race kit. You can get a race kit for less than $500 now if you look around. You can probably get a race kit for as much as I paid for these things. But it's not, I mean, not this one here, but for my Techno or for my Mugen. They're not going to be that level. So let's not get that twisted. I'm sorry that this might hurt some people out there's feelings, because there's dedicated diehard low C guys. Even that X, which is only a buggy right now, even when the X becomes a truggy, it is not. And I repeat, not. And where do I get this from? Facts. Because it hasn't proven shit in professional winning. And I kind of gauge myself on what's winning and what's doing, doing well in pros, because that's going to transition down to you making a better quality basher out of something that's a racing platform. Like a Mugen, like a Techno, like a Kyosho, like an Associated, even a Hot Bodies, X-Ray. Those are some of the top winning platforms in professional racing right now. Like I said, the Monkey Maniacs likes to take stuff because I am race inspired, even though I don't race, and I already told you why. But I like to take those racing platforms that are spanking that ass out there on the race circuit, proven in the race circuit, and transition that into setting them up to be killer bashing animals, so to speak. Okay, like this sick ass old school Mugen here, MBX5. By the way, I for the longest time, there's two of these. There's an MBX that came out, MBX5R, okay, and an MBX5 Prospect, or Prospect. It's called a Prospect. This right here, this is the manual that I just got, and I'm gonna show you guys this too real quick. I don't want to get too much off track. The Monkey Maniac try to can be very random, all over the place. I think I mentioned I got this Canon copier from early Father's Day gift. Thing is pretty cool, man. Definitely, this is a game changer for me as far as when you need to ship something back and they give you if you don't have a printer, how are they going to give you a free shipping label? Otherwise, you're going to have to spend money when you ship shit back, and if you haven't yet, you will. So let me fair warn you. Stuff's going to get, something might happen to it. They want you to send it back. It's covered under warranty. You don't have a printer, well, then you're going to have to pay for the shipping to send it back. Because they'll reimburse you maybe sometimes, but most of the time they want to email you a first class label that you can slap on their shit and send it back. Well, without a copier, you can't do that. Now I can. So I had some Savox servos that I was able to send back. So, because I had something go wrong with one of them. No biggie. Savox is good on that. They're warranted. Okay, if you ever have a problem with your Savox servos, call them up, tell them what the deal is. They'll tell you, you know what, we're going to send you a label, slap that label on the box, send that shit back, we'll send you brand new ones. No questions asked. If High-Tech would have done that, instead of giving me the runaround, I would have still been using High-Tech. High-Tech dicked me around, so I told High-Tech, F you, and gave them the finger, and that's when I stopped using High-Techs. I don't use them anymore. Not that they're good servos, but their customer service kind of ruined it for me. I won't put up with bullshit. I don't care how good your product is. If your customer service is lousy and you don't take care of your customers, well, excuse my language, but fuck off. I'm not going to even deal with your shit. So anyway, that thing there is cool because now I can print out these manuals, because most of my vehicles, as you guys know, I didn't buy, I wasn't the original owners. I bought them slightly used, but in awesome shape for crazy deals. Now I can print out the manuals. Bam! Check that shit out. Never had one. Now I got the manual to my buggy. Prospect MBX5, which means it's all the upgrades. This thing has all the bells and whistles, man. If you guys have never really seen my buggy, but certain pictures here and there, well, take a look at this buggy, because this is sick OG, like me, like the Muggy Maniac, okay? Sick OG. I mean, look at, you got them nice braces in there, front and rear. You got the 5mm, bam, shock towers. Those ain't no wimpy shock towers, people. That's the 5mm shit. That's the good shit right there. Look at that. Look at this sexy ass on this old Cougar. I tell you, I will be changing these shocks. These are the ones that don't have the threads where you can adjust them. They have those spacers, collars, that, you know, old school ones. They're great shocks, man. I don't have any problem with these shocks. These shocks are money, even though they're old OG shocks. But I do plan on upgrading them. I want to put the new MBX shocks on them. These are only 15mm. I want to put at least 17 on them. But other than that, that's the only thing I can. I'm going to change the chassis because this chassis is getting really beat up. I'm not going to waste my time wrapping it with carbon fiber, and they're not that much. I'm just going to get a brand new chassis for this thing. I love this buggy, man. I got a killer deal on it, and it's already got all the bells and whistles, people. All the carbon fiber, all the titanium. Like I said, the big ass, thick ass shock towers. I mean, the badass front and rear brake. This thing is built to just, it's like a tank, man. Don't let because it's a buggy, this little mini pig, it's like, you know, I call the XTM my pig because it's big and fat. This little thing here, man, this little thing's a little chunker too. It doesn't weigh much less than my Truggies. Or the Mugen, or the Muggy, I'm sorry. But she's rocking the reds. Got the 41001 header. Bam, got the 086 clone action in there. Not the Dynamite, but it's a clone. Pretty close to a Dynamite. And I'm still looking for one of those, man. I found a Dynamite 086, but it's got a motor attached to it, and it's a .21. And I don't really want another .21 right now. But I might just buy it just because of the pipe, the 086 pipe comes with it, because I don't have a Dynamite pipe. So anyway, with this copier, I'm able to, you know, I got that manual. I already had this one that the guy printed out. This is also printed out on the computer. I have also, now I have my MBX7 TR Truggy, Mugen Truggy, manual, killer. I mean, these things are, and there's the XTM one. It's got a couple parts to it. This one's pretty big. So these are very important to have, man, because if you ever forget shit or how certain shit goes, you can just go to the manual, man. These are like one of the most vital components to your kit, to your vehicle, is having that, because that's the owner's manual. That'll tell you where everything goes, how it goes. Some of these, like the Techno, will even give you setups, you know, tell you, hey, if you want to set it up stock, you know, this is how you put it, you know, the pins this way. If you want to get it, you know, more aggressive for racing, blah, 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 you know, these things will help you and give you tips too. So they're not just to refer to when when you forget how to put something back together, but, you know, so I don't have any problem, because I can rip my stuff all the way down, and if I forget how something goes, I can just grab my manual, and I'm good. And I plan on getting 2 more manuals, like I said, because the Muggy Maniac's going to get some more whips coming up. I'm shopping right now for a buggy, or I might get an actual low-C Muggy, even though, as you know, I'm not a low-C guy. I with all due respect, low-C, you know, is a you know, well-known, well-proven company in the past tense, I should say. Just they're not up there anymore. And as far as racing and just what they're doing, they're behind the curve still. Even with the 8X, you know, if you want to get a real view on the 8X, go to Mike. His name's Mike B. Look him up on YouTube. He did a build on the 8X, and the guy knows his shit as far as when it comes to low-C buggies. He's a full-on, die-hard low-C buggy guy. And he said the 8X is a pain in the ass to put together. It's not an easy kit to build. So, don't take my word. Again, there's the channel, Mike B. Go hit him up, man. He'll tell you. And he even races too. And he said when he raced it, guys with Kyoshes out there, you know, it's just even the 8X is decent and you can race it, but it's just not competitive either. And that's, you know, no secret. Well, Losi has been struggling with that thing up until this year for a year ago when they came out with it, the 8X Losi. You know, so anyway, enough of Losi. I might get a Muggy because it is respectably, it's a Muggy. It's, you know, I have a Muggy, but that's an XTM Muggy. The OG Muggy, as you know, is the infamous Losi Muggy. So anyway, there she is. She is getting ready to rock and roll. I'm waiting for another servo that I got to put in here. Now remember, I changed, quick update on the Mugen Buggy. I changed the whole radio tray. It had the old one. It had the old box. The old box that came, the radio box. It wasn't even an original one. The guy put in, I don't know what happened to the original one. I think that he said he lost the lid or something. But this is what was in there before. This is from a Kyosho MP9, the Kyosho Buggy. Which is crazy because Kyosho, Hyper, Habayo, Offna, which are Offna and Habayo are the same thing. And Mugens, a lot of their parts interchange. It's really crazy. Kyosho, again, Mugens, buggies. Let's talk about buggies. Kyosho buggies, Mugens, Habayo, Offnas, and Hypers. A lot of their stuff interchanges. Certain things they'll fit on each other's vehicles. It's kind of weird. So anyway, this was the one that was in it. You know, it worked. It was fine. Actually, it's pretty easy to access. But this is just, I like this because now my servo is upright instead of on its side, which my steering is going to be a lot more responsive. My steering, I already tried it. It's a lot, just really smoother. It's a lot smoother. Seems like it's even quicker. That could be part of, because when the servo is laying on its side, the way it functions, I think it's getting more torque this way. But anyway, so now I added, the battery's changing also, because before I had the battery, the square ProTech Life batteries that I run inside here, and the receiver. Now the receiver is obviously in here, and this is how they mount on the new Mugens. This whole radio tray is from, I have a couple extra ones that came with my MBX7 Truggy. They're in, so this was able to fit on the buggy. And that way this servo's upright. So this whole piece is new. So I got little 2018 love in this 2005 platform. And like I said, we got the reds and that's the pipe. Got to throw the tank back in there. Waiting for my servo. If it doesn't come, I have another one that I can run. But I'm waiting for another one of these servos. We'll talk about servos in another video. I don't want to take up too much time of that because I have changed and been messing around with different servos. There's other servos out there than just Savox and Hi-Techs and Protex. There's other ones that are off brands that, you know, all that shit's made in Taiwan and China anyway. Regardless. Savoxes and Hi-Techs, where do you think the core of that shit's made? It's not made here. It's made in China. So there are other manufacturers that make some really decent servos that are just as compatible for a lot cheaper. Bottom line, a lot cheaper because it saves you some coin that you can invest someplace else. If I can save money on, like I said, you can't cut corners on everything, but you can pinch here and there so you can invest your money in things that are more important, you know, like pipes, like motors, like tires, which we'll talk about all those things on this video. So anyway, that's what's going on with the Mugen MBX5 Pro Spec buggy. The Pro Spec and the R's are pretty much the same. This just has all the upgrades on it, all the hop-ups. And this thing's a fun vehicle, man. I love buggies. I am a truggy guy, don't get me wrong, like I said, but I like this buggy. And this buggy, man, I'm very proud of it because, you know, I did build it, even though it already came together. It was kind of a mess, very neglected. Gave it some TLC and brought her back to life into, you know, original form of what she looked like when she was brand new, you know, 14, 13 years ago, whatever it was. And now I'm going to replace, because I replaced a lot of the plastics. A lot of stuff in here is brand new. The chassis I want to replace, though. It's time for me to put a new one on this. The guy kind of butchered it. He, you know, put holes here and there to make the bump box that he had or whatever fit, which I don't like. People when they, you know, I don't like chassis when you do that to chassis. It's Mickey Mouse. So I want to put a new, brand new, fresh 7075 aluminum chassis on this thing, which I will. But anyway, that's what's going on with her. The Muggy is almost back together. You know, we've got the center back in there, center drivetrain. Everything's cleaned up. This is another vehicle too that I'm gonna get brand new servos for. So I'm purchasing 6 brand new servos. Some Savox. These other ones that I was telling you about, they're called JXs, which Elite RC. Shout out to my brother from Mother Mother Elite, doing his thing. Shout out to Roger 111 doing his thing. You know, shout out to all the newbies, you know, that are wanting to step up their game, that are wanting to, you know, help Nitro grow. You know, you don't need to be some fancy, schmancy, big word guy that, you know, throws all these, you know, scientific explanations and all that shit. But just keep it basic, man. Basic fundamentals of Nitro, which are tuning. Can you tune? Can you learn to tune? Maintenance. Can you maintain your shit? Can you upkeep it? Can you, you know, keep it in tip-top shape where it needs to be? That's important. Don't get that twisted. That's very important. And troubleshooting. Can you troubleshoot when you have an issue? Let's do process of elimination. If a motor doesn't fire, you know, and this is for one of my newbies, he was having a problem, my motor, well, just like a real car, it's either two things: spark, flame, whatever you want to call it, or fuel. Either your spark, something's going wrong, or your fuel, something's going wrong. So I told him, you know, check these certain things. Come to find out, which I forgot too, I mean, and that, I wouldn't even consider that, because I should have asked him. I've had that issue before. His bump box wasn't hitting that motor up good enough. You got to have a good, strong bump box, man. Your bump box got to be able to just ring, just to spin that thing. If it's not giving it that nice torque to turn the motor over, it's going to have a hard time firing your motor up. And I went through that too. So he checked it, changed the battery, put a stronger battery in there. Bam! Thing fired right up. There you go. He even, you know, and that was cool because, you know, I gave him some, you know, suggestions for what it might be, and he, you know, took it upon himself to do some troubleshooting, process of elimination. You know, let's go through and see what it could be, and boom, he worked it out himself, man. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, it's about us helping each other, but hey, there's things you're gonna have to figure out on yourself, man. Trial and error. Once again, I don't know how much I can. You know, Elite RC used to always tell me that it's trial and error, son. You're gonna have to learn from your own mistakes and what not to do and what to do and blah 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 blah. So that's how Nitro is. So once again, can you tune a motor? Can you learn to tune a motor? Can you get good at tuning a motor? Can you maintain that motor and the rest of the vehicle? And can you troubleshoot and find out when you have issues what it might be? Let's process of elimination. Let's start from point A and let's run through this. Check, this is good. Check, this is good. Check, this. Oh, shit, that's not good. Maybe that's the problem. Stuff like, you know, that's what it takes. Those are basic fundamentals of Nitro. And also one that I will mention, very, very, very important, breaking in your motor. Because that will set the stage as far as your motor-wise, of what your motor does when it doesn't do, and how it performs, and how long it lasts, and how easy it is to tune. And man, Adam Drake and all these guys that I watch, and John Bodegel, and you know, Ty Tessman's father, Gordy Tessman, which is his mechanic, and tunes his shit. You know, Ryan Mayfield, you know, Team Mugen, you know, with Drake there. You know, they'll tell you, take your time when you're breaking in your motor, people. That's what's going to determine how your motor reacts and acts, or acts and reacts. How easy it is to tune, how good it holds a tune, how it performs, how long it lasts, how easy it is to maintain. All that stems from you doing a nice, you know, just take your time, breaking it in the right way. Doing the heat cycles if you want to. You know, doing, I took what John does, Gordon Testman, Ty Testman's mechanic, his father, how he breaks in motors. Mike Krolick, the mechanic for Elliott Boots, which is Team Kyosho. Guy's been in the game for many, 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 many years. Knows his shit. Especially he runs Reds, because Elliott Boots runs Reds in the Kyoshos, and I have a Red, so I wanted to kind of, get somebody's take on how you go about, taking care and maintaining and breaking in a Reds motor, because he should know. He does tons of them. And Adam's familiar with all the motors, mostly, OS's and obviously Novarossis. Before he was running OS's, he was rocking Novarossis for many years. So if you want to know about Novarossi motors and breaking them in and maintain all that, you hit up Adam, man. Guy's obviously a legend, but he knows everything about not just other motors, but especially Novarossis. So I take his word to heart when he tells me things and how he does things with Novarossi motors. Because all motors are different. When it all said and done at the end of the day, I mean, for the most part, you can say a .21 is a .21, but not really. All motors are different. Is it a Japanese one? Is it a Taiwan one? Is it an Italian one? I think that makes a huge difference, man. That's why I'm the Italian freaking guru when it comes to motors. I'm only really interested, for the most part, in Italians, man, because they make the best quality shit. How do I know? Because I've taken them apart, and that's what I do for a living, people. Okay? FYI, what I do for a living, I do fabrication. I deal with metals. I deal with engineers. I deal with all that shit. I'm not an engineer myself, but I work around that type of industry. I work in the aerospace manufacturing industry, so I know about manufacturing, aluminum, machining, fabricating, all that shit. So when I take apart motors, I'm like a quality inspector, man. I'm looking at it. I can tell the work that's been done to it as far as because it's metal, it's aluminum, the blocks and so forth. The cranks and everything else, the sleeves, the conrad, the pistons. So I can look at that stuff and see the work that was done on it, because I've machined shit like that, not nitro motors, but metals. That's why when I took apart that LRP .32 and I looked at the shitty porting, and you guys have seen all the shit that Rick has posted at, because Rick's on my Facebook too, so I talk to Rick on Facebook also sometimes, And, when I seen the porting, and I was looking at the ports and how they were just shitty work, man. I was like, wow, crazy. And then I compare that to a Reds, and I look at their work, and I look at Novarassi's, and I look at the quality craftsmanship and the work that these people put into the motors. You can just tell who's on top of their shit and who's not, or who's doing shitty building of motors. So those are the motors that I really want to stay away from. The only thing, the LRP .32, yes, it's the biggest motor out there, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of work, a lot of money, but once it's all said and done, that motor is a one of a kind, one of the biggest, and if not the baddest, 8-scale nitro motor on the planet. Some people say, hey, man, I got this motor, that, and this. I got a RTR that'll spank, whatever. You toot your own horn. Sell that bullshit to somebody else. And I'm not saying for the most part, maybe it is you do have a bad RTR, but come on, please. Somebody that knows what he's doing. Two people that know what they're doing equally. One guy has an RTR, dialed in, still got all that bullshit backplate pull start shit on there, against a guy that has the same motor with a bump start, sealed back, same knowledge, that guy, together, you're going to try to tell me that pull start motor, that bullshit pull start motor, RTR, is going to outperform the guy that with the sealed motor? You're smoking crack. I don't know whose ass you're trying to blow smoke up, but if you want to believe that shit, then hey man, I got bridges for sale all over the country. So you can say what you want, you know. And I'm not saying for me personally, you know, I'm just giving you an example. Because I've heard that kind of talk. Oh yeah, if I took a Reds with a pull start on it, and in the same setup, clutching pipes, all that, same exact thing, and put it with one that's sealed, the one that's got the pull start's going to spank the one that's sealed. Hell no. You're talking out your ass. Because as you know, and you've heard time and time again, and you could go call anybody. Call Rick. Call Lance over at RC Renew, which I'll talk about him in a minute. A new motor modifying company that I've been doing some research on and talking to the owner. You know, call Robin and sell him that bullshit. Tell him that if a motor with a rotostart or a pull start is losing power or not. And they will tell you over and over again, 100% fact. That motor with the pull start, with all that shit on it, and that rotostart with all that shit on it, is robbing that motor of 3,000 to 4,000 RPMs every single time. So I'm not just saying that. Do your research. Please, don't take my word. My word isn't the only word. I remember, I'm confused, people. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. So anyway, these pipes, I've got pipes, and this is, by the way, take care of your pipes, people, man. Take care of your shit. Okay, the Monkey Maniac is going to really emphasize, and you know, the next few videos, I'm going to plug how important it is. Like I said, that's one of the fundamentals of nitro. Tuning your motor, getting good at tuning it, basic, okay? You need to get good at that and learn that. 2, maintaining your shit. You need to take care of it, clean it, maintain it, check it, stay on top of your shit. And you need to learn how to get good at troubleshooting. When you have a problem, you know, process of elimination, so to speak, to find out what the problem and more importantly, why that happened. So you don't have to do it again. Okay? Why did this happen? Oh, you know what? Because I didn't put Loctite. Well, shit, now I know. You know how many times that's happened to me? Oh, that's why man, I should have put Loctite because it's going into metal. Or, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't have mounted my pipe. I should have adjusted it so it wasn't too close to whatever and it melted it. Well, I'm not going to do that again. Or, you know what? I should have used an extra spring on my manifold to secure it instead of the one on, because of the way it is on this motor. You know, I want to put 2 springs because it's going to snug it. Or, you know what? Yeah, that's why my fuel leaked right here, because I should zip tie them. Which, by the way, FYI people, I zip tie my shit. If you look on my tank connections, you'll see on all my shit, see that little zip tie? I zip tie just so you don't have any air leaks. Because air leaks, well, excuse my language again, fuck up the tuning of your motor. If your tank has air, your fuel lines have air leaks, you're not going to tune your shit right. It's going to be all fucked up. Anyway, excuse my cursing. You know, Muggy Maniac's got a potty mouth. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. Finding out why that problem happened so you don't do it again, man. Unless you like slamming your finger in the car door all the time, then if that feels good to you, then hey, go for it. Have fun. Keep your shit nice. See, I keep my shit in. Look at that. Monkey Maniac is... I have taken the epitome of upkeep, care, and cleaning and maintaining to a whole different level. There is nobody that I've seen, and like I said again, I challenge anybody that's as OCD. There probably is out there, but they're not doing anything or putting up any videos, so that's why I haven't seen them. Not saying they're not out there. I'm sure they are. Man, I clean and shine and clean my pipes out. Take some carburetor cleaner, put it inside the pipe, get all that bullshit out of there, all the excess oil overrun from running it. Sometimes take the header off it and just clean it, shine it up, break out my Brasso, you know, which I recommend. You guys can get this any hardware store. This is the shit right here. OG. This shit's been around longer than me. And you know the Ugly Maniacs. Old fart here. Brasso, man. This shit polishes everything, man. Brass, copper, stainless, chrome, aluminum, everything. It's not too much. It's not real expensive. It's like maybe $4 or $5. I need to get me some. I use a lot of this shit on all my pipes, man. How do you think I make my shit look shiny? That's why my shit looks bling bling. This one's getting, you know, nice and used, but this Pico pipe, man, if you guys seen this Pico pipe, this thing, now I love the bling bling and I love the chrome. The only problem with it is that shit gets dirty, man. So, if you see this Pico now, I mean, I just got done, I don't want to get it all grubbed up. This thing was really dirty. And look at this thing now. Oh yeah, this thing is nice and shiny. Bling, bling. The Pico. Now I got in one of those boxes something that I want to try on this Pico that will probably, more than likely, bring this pipe to life. Sometimes, people, you might have a great pipe, but the header ain't just cutting it, because the header is a key component to your pipe. You can have a badass 086 or a 9986 Novarossi or an end bleed, but if you don't got the right header on it, you might not get the performance you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to touch on that. I'm going to be touching on, well, I am touching on that. Might as well. Conical headers, I suggest, and this is what I get from all the pros and all the guys that are, you know, doing their thing and have been doing it longer than the Muggy. Conical headers work best on not only certain motors, but certain pipes. And I noticed the guys will run mostly conical headers on buggies, on .21s. So, and I've tried a lot of them. I have more conical headers, these type 41031 type headers, you know, then, because the Novarossi 41031 is curved like this. It's not this one in here, but it's that shape, so that round. So that's what I kind of go off of. A Novarossi 41031 conical header. These are called conical because they're round like a conical or whatever. I mean, conical is more the end, the shape of it. But anyway, this style is kind of like the 41031 Novarossi. Some are shorter, some are curved a little bit different. Some of them, you'll look at them and where it connects to the pipe and the motor, they're even. Sometimes this will be uneven. So, I mean, there's different variations of it. And then, obviously, the 41001 is this type header. And the one, so let's do this goodie unboxing real quick. First off, this one here from my brothers over at A-Main. Always take care of me. I highly suggest A-Main. Got more nitro shit than anybody. Them an absolute. But we have here my very first. Bam! Taking it to the next level, people. There's your part number. They call it a 51021, but it is, as you guys know, the infamous, bam, super strong 9886 Novarossi. Novarossi. I know John says Novarossi. He just got that Portuguese accent, you know. You know, I thought John was an Italian when I first met. I mean, Portuguese, they're not much different. And they are, but, you know, Portuguese, Italians. I thought he just sounded like a mobster. Yo, my name's John Bottigel. Yo, I like Novarossi. Making fun of him. He knows I got much love for my brother from another mother. But anyway, this is my first. Now, I thought these were going to come in a box. But I guess if you get them from direct, you can get it from Novarossi direct. Man, those guys are going to charge you because it's coming from Italy. You're going to pay about a third of what this pipe costs, which is this pipe was like, what, $70 for this thing? You know? You're paying, if from No Brossi Direct, you're probably going to pay a little bit more because it's coming from Italy and they're going to charge you. So let's open up this sucker because I want to see if this thing is, you know, looking bling bling. I know it's bling bling. Hold on. The Muggy Maniac, get the old camera stand here. Help me out. Alright people, can you guys see that there? There. Well, the Muggy opens this baby here. Oh, and let's open this one since we're here. What is this in here? I don't know. Let's see. What is that? Bam! Oh, snaps! Is that what I think it is? Oh, yeah. That's the missing link. Right there. This is probably more important than the actual pipe. Don't get me wrong. The 9886, from what I hear, and I'm just speculating on what I heard, you will get my final word when I run it. Coming up soon. Probably this weekend. This is what changes the pipe. Without this piece right here, that 9886 is just another 9886 or, you know, 086 type pipe or whatever you want to call it. This is what I believe is what changes it. Okay? Or tunes it, I should say. This brings, and this is what I wanted more than anything. This is harder than hell to find. These 41032s, everybody's out of them. A-Main's out of them. Absolutes, I think Absolute Hobby has a couple of them. They might. Have to check. I had a guy that was going to send me one from Australia, but then when he said he went to pack it, it had some kind of damage done to it or something. So he gave me a refund. He was cool, but I was like, fuck. Excuse my language, I was pissed because I was like expecting that thing. I should have had this, and you guys would have seen this like almost a week ago. But I had to change my plans, and I had to search another one down, and I found one. But this is my first. But I'm going to try this on some of my other pipes. Especially, I want to try this on that Pico. I think this will take that Pico to another level. That Pico pipe is a great pipe. But even the 41001 and the 41031, I think it's got more. And we'll find out. When I put this on the Pico, we might just wake that bitch up. We might just smack that Pico pipe and say, oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. So anyway, we got this 41032 header here. And this is my invoice. Well, they just gave me a bunch of peanuts. Anyway, that's that. Where's my... I don't think I got any invoice. A-Main usually doesn't give me an invoice. But anyway, let's open this bad boy here. Let's open both of them. You know what? I don't like to cut my bags. I do, but I open my shit. I like take the frickin' staples out. You know, I like to, you know, you say... You know, you hear guys say, you know, wrench like a gentleman or work like a gentleman. How about unpackage your shit like a gentleman? Don't just tear your shit apart. You know the Muggy Maniac. I mean, look. You guys need any part numbers for high tech, for rims, tires, motors, anything? I save all my shit. It just makes it easier when I want to go reorder something. Sometimes on eBay I have to go sift through all these old invoices and I can't find it when I can just pull out this, you know, same thing with this thing here. I will keep this because all I have to do is punch in that number and I'm good. I don't have to look for shit. So I keep all my shit. Now, since I will reuse this, now I take and gently just cut an opening here. And take this bad boy out. And it comes with some gaskets, which is good. And and it comes with your springs. That's awesome because you can always use those. Oops. Don't lose that shit. Look at that. Bam! That's bling blinging, huh? It's like some kind of piece of jewelry, people. Shit, I don't put that on my finger. I could wear it, man. I put this, it's got a hole in here. I could put a keychain on that. Shit, I'd wear that around my neck. I'd rock that shit. That shit's a beautiful piece of work, man. Shit. For 40 bucks, it damn well better be. $40 for this piece of aluminum. And I work in this industry. But it's funny. Something to share with you guys real quick. A guy came in to pick up a part. I think it was, I don't know what it was for, but he said it was something small like this. He said that little part, because like I said, I'm in the aerospace business. He said this. He was pointing. He was showing me it was a small, some kind of piece. It was a fitting for something, obviously really important. He said that little piece is holding up a $2.5 million project. Something for, I don't know, some satellite or some aircraft or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I was like, really? He's like, yeah, man, we're so glad this thing's done. That little piece goes on. Without that little piece, it said that plane or whatever, or rocket or, they ain't going nowhere. Well, how about this? Without this little piece, that pipe ain't gonna do shit. But make a bunch of noise. So anyway, I'm excited about that. Put that off to the side. Monkey Maniac has his first, and you've seen it here, his first official Nova Rossi, whatever the hell you want to call it. I call it Nova Rossi. 41032 header. And I will have many more to come. I think everybody should collect those. Have a couple of them. John's got like, I don't know, got a box of them. But this, I want to see what it looks like. I've never seen one up close. I've seen other people that have them. Again, like I said, Mr. Za there has like, I don't know how many 86 pipes. He's got boxes full of them. So anyway, let's slowly cut this baby open. Okay. Let's see what this sucker looks like. Yeah, if you get it from Novorossy Direct, Italy, it's going to come in a box. But this is how they come now from like A-Main and other companies. Absolute. I was kind of bummed out. I wanted, I like those Italian boxes, but I'll get another one. So, oh yeah. And again, this is what I'm talking about, man. Look at A-Main packages their shit right. They know they got a delicate piece of, Italian jewelry here. They're not going to just throw it in some envelope, man. They're putting fucking, excuse my language, protection. They're protecting that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be shipping me your shit in some envelope. Because Monkey Maniac will bust that ass. Which reminds me of the end bleed pipe. If you guys are getting end bleed pipes and it's coming in an envelope and it's not in a box and you're accepting that from Robin at, whatchamacallit? The Nitro Shop? Or not the Nitro Shop, but Extreme, I think it is, or whatever. Whoever does the... I know Robin's the one that does the end bleeds. If you guys are getting those end bleeds and you're paying 120, 130, 140, whatever, I think it's 130 something chromed, and you're getting it in an envelope, and you're accepting that, and you guys aren't like saying anything, you guys are fucking idiots. Excuse my language. You guys are fucking idiots. I wouldn't accept that, man. And nothing bad about Robin, the one that makes the end bleeds. I mean, but come on. I'm gonna spend $130 on a pipe and you're gonna put it in an envelope? Hell no. That shit better come in a box. I don't care if it's gotta be a longer, but that shit better come in a box like this with that shit in here. Or I'll be sending my shit back. I have one of my brothers, Nitro brothers out there that got an end bleed, paid that kind of money, came like that, and had a dent in the pipe. Oh, hell no. I would have been livid. I would have been fucking pissed. And that's what that kind of, I was going to get one. I'm like, wait a minute. If they're going to ship them like that, I would assume not even own an end bleed. I don't care how great of a sounding pipe and it does whatever. I don't care. Whatever. There's other pipes out there too. Bam, look at that. I don't even want to run this thing. It looks too pretty to run. You want me to run this shit and get it all dirty? Hell no. Look at that badass piece of Italian equipment, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. These Italians make their shit quality, man. This ain't no rice burner shit, Taiwan. Nothing bad against Offner, great pipes and other pipes, but man, this is a Novorossi, whatever the fuck you want. This is a Novorossi 51021, super strong. By the way, quick note, I talked to a couple guys, including Rick at RB. See this? Let me point this out real quick. See how this is a super strong because the diameter in here is thicker. These are a lot more durable pipes. They're not as light. They're a little bit heavier. But I'm going to get me, and I want to compare the regular, not the super strong. Rick at RB Mods was telling me that this pipe, even though it's stronger and more durable for bashing, this pipe doesn't breathe as well as the other one. Which basically it doesn't perform. It's not a huge difference, but it is a little bit different. This pipe, because of the diameter and the thickness of this, doesn't breathe as well as the regular 9886. So you might want to check into that. If you're not going to be jumping off Empire State Buildings or anything, then you don't need the super strong. And the other one, the regular one, will breathe better. That isn't me saying that. That's from Rick at RB Mods. And I've talked to other guys at Mod Motors and told me the same thing. Because I wondered that when I looked at it. I'm like, wait a minute. If the diameter in here, because this is thicker and stronger, is smaller, which it is, then that's going to constrict something in the pipe. And they told me that. Yeah, it does. This super strong doesn't breathe as well as the regular 9886. So the next one I get, 9886, will be the regular, not the super strong. I want both, obviously. But that's a sick-ass looking pipe. Look at that, man. Look at that header that's going to go on there. Oh, snaps. Holy shit. Stop the presses. Look at that. Man, that thing just looks bling-bling. I want to try this on the frickin' the Reds, but I don't think it will do. I don't know. The Reds is modded. Maybe it will. Why don't we throw this, try this maybe. 9886 41032. Try this on the Reds motor. Modded Reds. See what happens. But definitely, this, you know what? This motor belongs. You know where this motor belongs? I'll show you. Here. I'll tell you. This motor, this pipe, I should say, you know where it belongs? I'll show you where it belongs. This is its rightful owner, okay? The Rex Legend deserves this pipe. It's been waiting for this pipe. The modified 28.8 Legend here deserves this pipe. So, I think, yeah. I want to run it because I'm running the Reds before anything this weekend. So you might not see this combo here, 886 41032, maybe for another week. I don't know, maybe you might see it, you know, sometime next week, who knows. But, yeah, this motor, Italian monster right here, this is its lungs it's been missing. It needs this pipe. It's had some decent pipes, but, you know, let's be real, people. If what John says is true, and I believe it is, this pipe is going to wake this badass up, and vice versa. This thing's going to scream bloody murder. So I think that's what we should do. We should put and break in and pop the cherry of the 9886 and the 41032. We should christen it, baptize it, like John would say, on the Nova, modded. What do you guys think? Well, the Rex says, "Oh hell yeah, give me that shit. Oh hell yeah, get off me." The Rex is like, "I know this works as great, but get off me, get out of here, man. Give me my shit. I've been waiting for that." This This here and this here, they've been waiting. They've been waiting to be joined together, united for the first time. The Novarossi, yeah. Just like my Pico pipe, I want to get another 41032 and put it on the Pico pipe and put it on the Pico motor and see that shit rock. I'm telling you, man, the pipe is important, but that header is a game changer. They both need each other. Now, the other pipe I was talking about real quick, and this video is already an hour, as usual, but I'm going to end it on this because, and I'll have to do another video because I wanted to go over some stuff. But I just wanted to basically tell you guys, that's the fundamentals. Okay, you need to learn how to tune a motor. You need to get good at tuning a motor, and there's a lot to it, okay? A lot to it, man, because you're dealing with fuel and air. You're going to have to get the fuel and air mixture to a science if you want to get good at it. That's what it took me, like, man, the first year or maybe longer. I'm still not perfect. I'm still not the great Mr. Super Motor Tuner, but I know how to tune my motors now. And I won't stop, and even if it takes me a little bit longer, until I get that motor dialed, and it's hitting the high notes, it's settling down and idling like a freaking kitty cat, and it'll idle forever. Okay? And it just hits every high note, mid note, whatever you want to call it, when it's on the power band, and it's on that pipe, whatever I got on there, and it's screaming, it's got to hit that high note, and I know what that note, now I know what that sounds like. So until my motors hit that high note, it ain't tuned yet. And then when I let off the throttle, it just settles down, by the way. And once you let off or you come to complete stop, it should not take longer than 10 seconds for your motor to settle down. Now, depending on how much you got it dialed in, and the motors are different and everything, sometimes they'll settle down right away. Sometimes it'll take a second, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, and then it'll settle down. But if it's taking longer than 10 seconds to settle down to a nice idle, then your low end's not dialed in yet, and your tune's it's not tuned yet. What I'm trying to say. So anyway, you got to get better, get good, get really good at tuning. Well, that's the most frustrating part to a lot of people, and why people quit, because they can't get the tune down. It took me a long time, and trust me, there's times where I just wanted to say, "Fuck it, man, I give up. I can't tune this shit," but I didn't. I searched and I looked for videos and I got advice from guys and John Bodegel and Elite RC and Roger 111 and and even at the time Mr. You-know-who that I said I'm not going to mention his name anymore, but he knows who he is. JT12, that guy helped me a lot too, man. I watch that guy still. That guy's been around. So that British or English kid, look him up. JT12, I think his name is. Great for tuning and learning how to tune shit. But anyway, got to learn how to tune, basics. You got to learn how to maintain your shit. Right. Take care of your shit. Clean your shit. Invest in cleaners, man. Get your oils together. Get your lubricants and all that shit. Okay, Adam Drake did a video, if you guys seen it, and he was talking about if you can't find the right, or sometimes it's hard to find after run oil, or they'll be out, or it's expensive, whatever. And he mentioned what he does. He mixes Marble Mist oil with a little bit of WD-40. And I started laughing when I seen that because I do kind of the same thing, but I have my own combo. And I don't know the exact measurements. You guys can get at me if you're interested. I will let you know. It's kind of my secret, if you want to call it that. But I believe in nitro that fuck all that. I'm not keeping secrets from nobody. I don't think anybody should. We should share all our shit. Got a good idea? Hey, maybe it might work for some, might not work for others. Share it. Share it. Sharing is caring, right? So anyway, I do the same thing. This is my little, I call it my MS. What's MS? Muggy sauce. Maybe I'll patent this shit. Make my own. It's 75% Marble Mist oil. And then there's a percentage of 3-in-1 in it. Some 3-in-1 in here. And some of that Novarossi engine oil. And that shit, man, I gotta get more. I'm getting low. This shit is the bomb. It's like 12, 13 bucks. Well worth it. This is the engine oil, the shit that they use at the Novarossi factories on their engines. So when you're maintaining your engine, I use it. It's great for after run. You can use it for bearings. You can use this shit on anything. I use it in my motors all the time. But I mix that also in here. So you got Marble Mist oil, most of it. which is, if anybody knows, and it's available at any auto mechanic place, some of the best shit. Marlboro Mist Oil, 3-in-1, and the Novorossi engine oil. Man, this shit's money right here. Like I said, I might patent this shit. Muggy sauce. Get your muggy sauce. So anyway, that this Triton pipe I got coming, and this thing is a beast. This is it. It's $100. I'm not too sure about the header, but from what I talked to the guy about this, it was dynoed. He said this is like right up there with, actually better, obviously. It's better performed than the 086, the OFNA 86, and the 9886 Novorossi. If you look at it, it's kind of shaped like a 9886. It's kind of shaped like all those pipes I just mentioned. But he just said this Triton pipe is a beast. If you're looking for something that's an animal pipe, is what he was telling me, this is the pipe. So I'm getting this pipe, I'm going to rock it, and we're going to see what this pipe does. I think this 41031 type header, this will be good on .21 and buggies, this whole setup. But I think if you put the 41032 Novorossi on this thing, man, this thing will probably be ballistic. But he said it's a crazy pipe. Sick bottom, crazy mid, and it's got that top end too. He said if you want a pipe, and this is his words, that's a beast, an animal, that's an animal pipe. And this is coming from a guy that mods and designs and builds motors and dynos all his shit. So I believe him. Alright people, that's it. This is another long video. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get going, and I'm going to leave you guys with that. Muggy Maniac wasn't, again, I want to give you guys a break. For the last couple days, I've been pounding you guys with videos, but we were in that. I was just wasting too much time with talking about people and shit that I shouldn't even be talking about, because I can't get caught up in all that, which is what some people want to do. They just want to trip your shit up, like that song says. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. You might be fucking with other people's shit, but you can't be fucking with mine. So anyway, that's the Muggy Maniac. Remember, fundamentals, people. Learn to tune. Get good at tuning. Get good at maintaining. Take care of your shit. And get really good at troubleshooting. Okay? And then break in your own motors. Don't just send them to other people. You need to learn your own. On your own. Experience it. Okay? You can't replace that experience, man. It's just nothing like it. And it will help you in the long run. Okay, so that's the Muggy Maniac. That's all I got. Peace out to everybody. I know there's some guys that asked me some questions. They want to go over clutches. I'll do that in another video. I apologize. Just hang tight. We're going to go over some tires, what my view is on different tires and different tractions and different compounds and what you're running on. More goodies coming. So, anyway, people, that's all I got. Muggy Maniac's out. Peace.